Yo, what's up, everybody? Straight day all day in the place to be. And it's been a while. I know I've been lost. I know. Let me mute the homie. Sorry. I know you guys, you've been wondering, where's Dre Day been at? Where's Dre Day been at? I got lost. I went to the store to get some cigarettes, and I got lost. And along the way, I saw all these single fathers along the way, bro. But I finally made my way back, and I'm back in the place to be. This is the Dasher series Rewind, where we're gonna talk to old Dashers from back in the days that we had on the show and see where they're at now. See where are they at now? Kind of Dasher series. This is basically what's going on right now. And what better way to start this series off than with my man? He's been with me since practically the beginning. Been my sidekick for a minute. Dipped out for a second, but always stuck around. We just stayed in contact. Always talked about whatever and anything, and I had to bring him in as the first episode. And in the place to be, as you could tell, as you see in the flesh, is your man, my man, everybody's man, Makers.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
How you doing, Dre?
How you
How
feeling?
you doing?
I'm
I'm feeling good. Hold on, let me get my mic in the right area here.
Get it where you need to be. Get it where it's right,
Yep.
right below your nose. So you're like kind of not deep throating it, but it looks like you are.
I mean, I can't get too deep.
But
It's
yeah,
YouTube,
man,
right?
it looks like you look good, bro. It's been a minute since I've seen you, but you look good, bro. What you been up to?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Same old. Out in the country. Actually, new gear came out, like the hat, and then some of this stuff is the new merch.
Oh, that's
So your timing's good. Like the hat here, it's like the 5 champion hat. You got 5 crowns on dudes.
damn.
See that?
I didn't, bro. I was too busy setting up, but I wasn't even paying attention. I noticed the gear in the background. You got the sweater.
Oh, yeah.
You got the old school.
That's
hats.
right. Yeah. Remember the? Can I point to this? I'm not a weatherman. I don't have the skills.
Come on.
Boom.
Try.
Yeah, look at that. See that? That's Dre Day right there. Fuck, man, that's not easy. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Oh, you
Anyway.
got the shorts on the side. Oh shit.
Yeah. You remember that? I
Hell
still have
yeah.
those. Remember I said I would never wash them. They'll have the original ball funk from 2000 and whatever
Yeah.
it was since you came. Yep.
You promised me.
Original ball funk.
Original
Yep.
ball
Never
funk.
washed.
God damn it.
Look how crispy those. Yeah, look how crispy the letters are. Hey, there's a balance in life, right? The letters are crispy, but
They do look kind
there's
of
a little
yellow.
funk.
I admit they do look kind of yellow.
I gotta adjust the contrast and get that yellow out.
You got the kickboxing bag back there and everything and shit. What's up, bro?
Mhm,
God
mhm.
damn, who's ass you kicking?
Yep. Everybody's ass. You know the deal.
Well, as you can
Anyway.
as you can see, the studio kind of changed. I got kind of tired of the podcasting shit. I got tired of all the grind of all the shows and everything. So I kind of I'm down to like 1 or 2 shows that I do mostly. And yeah, so I rearranged the studio into like a space. So now people come through, we just hang out. It's kind of more of a man cave now.
I mean, it looks the same. You still got all the crazy shit everywhere.
Bro, it never ends.
I mean, if anything, I don't know. It has a little more puzzle piece vibe. I remember you had like the display case before out front, but now it's like all like you use up the wall as much as you could.
That's the display case over
Yeah.
here on the side. We got the stage
Okay,
over
okay.
here. We got another one over there. We got all this, like the wall that was blocking off everything. I know you can't tell because you've never been. It's basically gone, and it's all open space.
Right. That's what you did. You opened it up.
Yeah.
You opened the whole space up. Yep.
Yeah. So just because people always call this a man cave, and I was like, bro, this is a studio. We're doing work in here. But after a while, I was like, yo, it's a man cave. I got all my bullshit in here. I come in here, hang out now. It's it's chill.
That's good. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been seeing you do some activity lately. So, were you just getting the itch? You're just looking at it and you're like, oh man, I got the mic, I got the cam, I got the setup. I could easily do it.
No, it's because I had the other thought the other day, and I was like, damn, I wonder what Makers is up to. I wonder what Percent's been up to, because I just recently did an event with Makers. Me and you did the event for Ace. Is it Acer? Damn, I forgot to say it. Acer, right?
Yep.
And it just reminds me.
That's right.
It just gets the ball rolling. It makes me miss all of this. It makes me miss doing this. Because in the beginning, we did it for the love. We did it all for the love. Like there was no. We didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember we didn't think anything was gonna come of it. We just coming out here doing our thing. They kind of asked us to cast.
I mean, I think I told you a couple times when we had these like reminiscing conversations. It was more like I saw a dude who was like out there trying to. Am I sitting here with bad frame rate? Is this like real life? Am I when I'm watching this? Is it like this?
It might be
Are
a
you?
no, 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 no. Well, I'm recording the video, so you're good on my side. It
Okay.
glitches out a little bit, but you're not. But maybe you're
Okay.
talking about the video
I
on
don't know.
my.
I'm just watching the Discord. I'm like, damn, this thing is bad. I was like, is this real life? I don't know. I'm on Starlink. It should be better than what it is, but
How much does that shit
anyway.
cost, bro? What the fuck?
I mean, it costs like there's I don't know. I have two of them, one for the business, one for my house. But then it's like meant for like being able to do it on the road, so it's more money than it would be if it was just for your house. I don't know. It's too much money though. Basically, if you can get fiber, get fiber. But anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I was saying. So yeah. Anyway, back in the day, it was
beginning.
more like when people are streaming. I'm an older dude. We're both from the same generation. Like we're both hitting our 40s, and it's like um uh, I was thinking a young kid streamer type thing, but no, it's like Dre Day out there, doing his thing. And I was like, oh man, I was like, all right, COVID, I'm not doing shit. Let me hit him up. I want to support him. That and you were getting a little bit of flack, from the beginning. Not
Oh,
not
bro, I was
everyone.
wilding, bro. But I was
Yeah,
wilding in the beginning, in the very
I
beginning.
know, I know. I know, and I was with you too. I supported the wilding. That's the thing. I support like the team name spirit, like those type of people. I actually always supported that. That was like the type of people I was when I was younger. And so I like when I see creativity and people like kind of outside the box, that's what I'm looking for. I wasn't looking to join ESPN. We talk about it all the time. I was like,
Yeah.
if you had to put on a suit and then you told me to like, do research or something and prepare, it's like, nah, man, I'd be out. I need to be able to like free, flow of thought, chain of thought kind of thing, just let things go. And we didn't get canceled. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Do you think we got canceled?
Nah,
Is that what happened?
we didn't get canceled. No, we got.
Okay.
I mean, you basically walked away, and then I just kind of like stopped doing it after a minute. Like, I finished out the season 4 because I started it and I was committed to it. So even though I've kind of little by little lost spirit in it. And once you
Right.
lose like motivation in it, and you kind of like it's hard to
Yeah.
get it back, especially when you're doing it for the love, because
Oh, yeah.
you lose the love for it, and it's like, damn, I can't. I don't want to be a robot. I don't want to go out there and just pretend and half-ass it. If we go out there, that's one thing is it might have been bad, it might have been good, but we gave it our all. And as long as we were having fun, it was totally worth it. And I feel like most of us were having fun. At least, I
Yeah.
was.
No, I got DMs from people saying like I love how it feels like a radio show. Like basically like it was like bantering on it was almost like there's someone else that's doing a proper cast of the thing professionally, like there's ESPN covering the thing, and then there's us, and we're like, yeah, we got the stream, and we're just like bullshitting and making some joke and like hopefully not getting canceled, and then like that kind of thing. And so I love that. That was awesome. I was totally down for that shit.
That's crazy. That's funny that you put it like that. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, I try to make it as interesting as I could, entertaining, like even though the
Yeah.
music kind of got it always in trouble as far as copyrights, but I was like, F it, fuck it, we're gonna do it.
Whatever. I mean, you weren't in it to get rich. Who cares about
Nah,
copyrights and stuff? As long as it didn't get like ripped down and stuff. And then same with the merch and stuff. All the merch you did, like this is only it took only all the way until now. From back then to like the shorts over here. Let me see if I can do that right. Boom, yeah. So that was like years ago. How many years? Wait, 3 years ago? I can't even do the math. It was a crazy amount of time ago. And then they just dropped this merch on the whatever Dash League website, whatever. I don't fucking have that
Oh shit!
link.
So Dashley did that for you guys. That's dope. No, but it's high
Yeah,
quality.
yeah.
It's stitched and everything. That's dope.
Yep. So they gone to a new thing. I'm sure that's something we were probably going to talk about, right? Like we're both out of the loop with Dash League. I mean, I pop in, but like I can only see a couple channels. Like I don't know, they did something where you got to like sign some agreement or something. I just the little bit of friction is too much, so I just don't do it. But then I somehow got a role where I can still see like certain channels. So I'll look every now and then in those specific channels. But I'm sure I'm sure there's like chaos and racial slurs and stuff still being thrown around.
Well, I did want to ask you, like, so last time we
Yeah.
were in league, I was telling you a minute ago where I was trying to finish out the season, and once the finals were done, and they were like not considering me to do it, I just kind of said okay, and then bowed out. That's the last time I heard from Dash League, and then I totally checked out. When was the last time you were with Dash League? Like in the league?
So, man, how it all blurs together, but we did basically one more like we came back and competed one more season, and then we left. And then we thought about playing this last season here. I was completely out of the loop with that one. It was more of like, if you guys got enough people, and then like you could tell everybody really wanted to play, and then it came down to like, hey, makers, it'd be good if we could get you back in the loop for as a sub, or it became like, like that's how desperate it was because we had nobody able to play, and I made it clear I didn't want to play. I would only do it just to like. I would only just do it to help facilitate the team. So jump on a call, and it was one of those like, guys, nobody has enough time for this thing. It's like not only that, but like from what I saw, these other guys are good. I can't drop names right now, but the people in the tournament that they played against, I don't know, the guys that are in the game right now playing at the high level, the top guys that are in the game right now, they're good. So it's like, we can't just like wake up and piss a championship. It's like, you guys are going to need to like play. I can't just jump in and like be like, yeah, let me just go head to head with these guys that I just saw. It's like, no, man, it's been a while. I know it would take me some time. Like, and so, I basically had that conversation. Everyone's like, all right, it's like, all right, maybe we'll like reconvene about this like another season. But there's some fire there. It's just people getting older, jobs and lives, relationships, all that kind of stuff. It's like people just are getting older. And so, I don't know.
It is crazy.
We don't have time for it.
It is crazy that people that we knew that were in high school are now in college, and people that were in college are now, graduating onto like their life. And I was talking to these kids, and I was like, what the fuck? And then they're like, yo, I'm in college now. I'm like, oh, god damn. I remember when you were, you're still a kid, but you were younger.
Yep. Yeah, so back in the early days, we were super secretive about like revealing information, and so like me saying this would probably be like a betrayal of trust, and like I would lose a certain security clearance and like only be able to see certain things. But
go on.
So no, when I first met Moon, he was 13 years old. Yeah. And so when we first started playing, we don't talk about those things. That's that's what's inside the security clearance. But anyway, so when I first met him, 13 years old, and then now he turned 18 on the 11th or something like that. So 18, the dude turned 18. So that's to me crazy. But yeah, so watching him like learn and grow up in the game, it's like I didn't see him grow up physically, but like this in VR, it's like you kind of do see that person when you hear them talk, have the decisions to make, like all that stuff, and I literally see them from on the ground abusing the height thing, like they're like, guys, we're really actually short, and everyone's like accusing each other of cheating and stuff. It's like, well, the kid's 13 years old, and then like slowly he got higher and taller. But anyway, it's wild, man.
It's crazy because I talked to Odd, and it's like he's a grown man now. It's like, what the fuck? Talk to Classic.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
It's crazy, man. Fucking Doofus.
Yeah. No, Doofus joining the Discords and seeing him in like in the loop has been like an awesome thing, man. I don't know. Seeing all these old guys is a pretty awesome thing. Because a lot of time has gone by. 5 years or something like that. I don't know. 4 or 5 years. That's a chunk of time, man. That's like a whole like high school plus some,
It's half a decade.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Captain Obvious. By the way, Captain Kickass, I wonder what he's up to. I want to hit him up. I talk to Ditch every now and then to see what he's up to. He's chilling, but it's crazy. Time's passed. But besides that, what about the game? What has changed in the game? Because I know they added some stages. I know they added some extra features coming in and out.
You're asking the wrong dude, man.
So what was the last feature you saw?
The last time I played was either logging in to like somebody was asking something like, "Hey, can you tell me about how to use this or this section of that?" I don't know, some advice type thing, and jumped in. And then last time I played was either in our last finals, which is I don't know how many years ago, or with you. Remember the time we played in that lobby a long time ago?
Yeah.
I don't play lobbies. Even when we played in the last whatever seasons, I was like not playing in lobbies that much, and it was like I think my level is like a 60 something on my like original account, and I don't alias hop kind of thing. And so I literally I haven't been playing really. But when I jump in, it's like I intend on. I actually just jumping in with you. It wouldn't be a bad thing. Like just kind of getting in with some old people that way I haven't played in a while, and
Bro, I
You
try
know,
to jump in every
get
now
down.
and then, thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna try this." No, I get my ass handed to me every single time I walk in there. They're like, "Here's your ass, please leave," and I'm like, "Yes, sir," and I walk back out because yeah, it's just the level of competition is too high, and I'm not even high level, but I mean, I'm still getting my ass handed to me because these people are crazy, and you know,
Well, I mean, you got like a huge skill gap. It was always that way. It's just now you guys, that group, they're hungry. Like that's all they have is the guys who randomly come into the pubs and then they just like
to tear them
destroy
apart.
every lobby.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't have like what we had, which was scrim after scrim of like people trying to get better and match you and that kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure they have some of that, but not like probably at the quantity that we had it. Same with when our guys used to jump into the lobby. Like when we would jump in a lobby, like we would have like hundreds of people. Like it's like they had alerts and stuff, and it would go out, and then it would be like people would just clog the lobby and like try to hunt us down. Really, So it's that I feel for these guys that are trying to like find the top competition because they're probably it's the opposite. It sounds like they're joining something, just kind of destroying it, and like they're like moving on to another lobby, destroy it, and that kind of thing. It's like it sucks for them because they're not getting that kind of crazy challenge that we had when we were coming up. So
well,
I feel for them.
I don't I'm not in the Discord, the Dashley Discord, so I don't know what the meta is now. But I remember for when the game came out on Quest Store, there was a bunch of trolls that did roll up. We did have an issue with a lot of that shit. People just going around and newbie slaughtering. But other than that, in the beginning it was pretty chill. The community was pretty tight. It was pretty good. When we first started season 0, I liked that season
Yeah,
because those teams were
yeah,
real humble, real authentic. I feel.
yeah. That was the first like of the grassroots.
Hmm.
You know, we were for sure kind of like uh, it was lat. Just being like, hey, I wanna just like get some kind of thing together. No, the rules were super loose. Um, Even the concept of the crown, like, so the D logo wasn't the D logo; it was just TBD. Because
Yeah.
we had no idea what our name was going to be. I literally joined the game 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. Lat was like, I'm going to start a league. I was like, well, I'm going to start a team, and then got the team together, and then like we basically had the league was just starting super fast, and it was like, well, can't figure out a name right now, and so TBD it was, and then that season 0 was for the crown. It wasn't like at the end of the season you win the crown. It was whoever is the crown holder has to defend it, and if you defeat them, you get the crown. And then if people challenge you, and if you lose to them, then they get the crown. So it was that kind of format. So wasn't supposed to be as short as it was. It was supposed to be just a competitive thing that we could start participating in that didn't
Yep.
have like a finite end. So what happened was we got our shit together before everyone else kind of did. If you remember, it was like the 4D kids. Odd was the dude that was trying to grab any and everybody who came into the
Everybody.
game.
He had
Yeah,
the like
yeah.
500 deep.
Yep, he was Walmart. He was like the just I don't care quantity. Just like I don't care about quality, just quantity. I want my number in my server to be as big as humanly possible. Don't care about anything so that I can say I'm the leader of the biggest number server thing. Whatever the things are going on. He was young.
Yeah.
Um and then so of course that should be a juggernaut. You have the most players to pull from and whatever. And then you had the UNSC and what was Vibe? What was the original?
Oh,
It
the
wasn't
original ones
Vibe.
was 40V. It was fucking Vader.
Man, bro.
Vader.
No, but what was Vibe's first name?
Oh,
I don't know
other.
why I'm drawing a
Was it
blank.
other?
No, damn you, bro. It was like whatever. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. All the OGs know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry, OGs.
the ones we were.
Like what with Fathead, the Fathead Maverick,
Fathead.
all them, Chapo, whatever. It was like the top team where they did the all that drama
I
of
want to say
Fathead and like the aliases.
not the illest. No,
Yeah, Illy. That's what it was. Elite.
elite. There we
Elite.
go.
That's exactly what it
I
was.
couldn't think.
Yeah.
The
Jesus.
illest. I wanted to say
That's like so.
illest.
That's like so disrespectful to them of that era because they were so good at the time. They were the anointed crown holders before the first crown was even given out, and then UNSC went, upset them,
Yeah.
took the crown,
Yeah.
and then from there it was like this huge like like competitive energy went into the whole league, because it was like, oh no, they didn't. This like drama around the super team at UNSC came in as like the soldiers who were like, oh, you guys are all flashy, whatever. Boom, we're gonna put our foot in your mouth, and they did. Took the crown, first
Yeah.
crown holders ever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Staladev is still proud of that, because I remember that drama leading up to that. And we're talking about grown men. We're not talking about children. This league at the top was grown men league. It was all like the youngest is probably in the early 20s, maybe, because it was like the Chapo, Fathead, Maverick, Lats, this, and Gatsby's, and whatever, and me, like, you know what I'm saying? It was all the old, like, the league was old head league at that time. And so we're talking about adults drama, you know, adult, like okay, the ego thing.
You guys had one child. You guys had me in it. So we
I mean, you know, we're not talking about actual like maturity level.
No,
we're
no.
talking about, you know,
Yeah.
we're talking about people had facial hair all across. The voices were deep across the
For
board.
most
you know?
of them, because Odd was in it.
Most of them. Well, that's why he had 4D. His whole thing was, I'm going to get everybody who's underage, every minor, you know. That was his thing. He was a minor too at the time.
Hey,
So,
just to be clear, he was a minor looking for minors.
yeah, exactly. But nah, man, those were cool times, because it was small, grassroots, whatever. Really, my team was like, it was just, you know, winging it, slapping it together, and ended up, you know, having a good mesh of guys. But that time was awesome. But the crown story was because they ended the season prematurely to start season 1. Part of it was because we got the crown, and it looked like nobody was going to be able to take the crown from us at this point. We basically were the first team to get our shit together, beyond the let's just stack with some names that are flashy, you know, but like actually like put some effort into like a team kind of thing. And so we put the crown on our TBD logo, which the TBD logo is a joke, because it's like a placeholder, you know. It's literally, you know, it was only until after our team it means something differently to me now, but at the time it was just a joke. Let's put the crown on the D hanging sideways, and then one of our guys photoshopped a emoji crown onto there, and then boom, that became version 2 of the logo, and it ended up sparking like a, I mean, hell, even team name, who are like our biggest rivals, they went and they put a crown on their emoji. It was like, you know, I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh man, that's like a, you know, it's always the form of flattery, you know, that kind of thing. So it became a thing, and I was like, you know what, that is a kind of a fun thing to do. You win a championship, you know, add a little crown, but that's kind of the roots of that. It was literally no thought. Putting that crown on the D thing was no deliberation. It was like, oh, wouldn't it be kind of cool, because it was all a joke. Nobody cared about the logo. It was all this like low, you know, effort type thing.
A lot of people can't, bro. I would have to change some people's logos every single match. You'd be like, I have a new one here. Be like, goddamn, pick one, please. This is fucking annoying. But yeah, and what was dope at the beginning is that we were just playing it, and the level of competition was high, but the expectations were low. So everybody was like, I don't know. It felt like even the casting was like, it was just like just free balling it, freestyling. Like we just threw everything against the wall. Everything was new and everything was fresh. So that's what I was trying to say, I guess, is like when you get involved in such a new game, it's dope because you get to experience everything for the first time with everybody, and everything's new charted land. You're like, damn, let's try this, let's try that, let's try that, let's try this, let's try that, let's try that. And then doing it for like, I think with 3-4 years, I don't know how many years before I dropped out, but like at least 3, then you just kind of lose the newness of it. And it's like, damn, this house doesn't look as pretty as it was when we first got here.
Yeah. Well, we hit the pinnacle when we got percent on the drones in the beginning. So in the very, very beginning, if you remember, you had your homeboy, right? You know, your homeboy was with you on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but that was more of like your homeboy had no idea about the game, really. You know, it was more of just like, you know, you just had someone help, you know, in with you. And then so that's where I was like, oh man, maybe I could help out with being someone from the game, you know, and someone who could, you know, talk or something like that on the mic. And so, and then we got percent. And then Percent was able, because we needed someone. You were trying to operate both camera perspectives and do all this other stuff, but I'm like on garbage ass internet, and like in the middle of nowhere. I can't stream or do anything. Like I was on multiple cell phones, like bonding them into one VPN, and like it was horrible stuff. So basically, all I could do was talk on a mic, and but once we got Percent, he was able to take that load off of you of handling the drone, and then add his commentary, and then your commentary, plus you were free to like start adding like bells and whistles and magic and smoke just popping, and all this kind of stuff. So it was fun to see all that happen, and then you start pushing it to the point where your computers were starting to catch on fire and shit like that. So
remember that, bro?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A few times when everything just shut down.
Oh.
Like everything was.
Yeah, you're like, bro, it's a hot day today. I don't know. We're at risk. We're at risk.
Dude, there was times where the computer would just stop working or the stream would go down, and I'd be like, God damn it! I'm rushing around trying to get everything cooled down to be able to turn back on. Dude, there was one time where I was in here, it was 117 degrees, and I was doing it 2 or 3 matches back to back. But I mean,
oh man,
you just did it because people appreciated it. They really did. I could tell. Like, people always said thank you. Nobody gave me like a hard time if shit went down. They're like, yo, you tried, At least if they did, I don't remember. I just remember the good times, the good ones.
I mean, there's always like 1 or 2 people. So for me, it's easy to be like, okay, that's a super sensitive person. I'll take that into the account, but there's always extremes, and it's like you can't ruin the whole thing for everybody, just because of the one extreme. You take it into account, and then some of the jokes we do have to tailor it back, and you controlled your own self, right? So,
nah, they had to talk to me, but I would give them a hard time. I would push back, and then it was funny though. They caught me. They're like, "Man, every time we tell you to do something, you fucking give us a hard time, and then you do it." And I was thinking in my head, like, you know what? He's right. He's totally right. Because I mean, that's kind of like, it would piss me off, because some of the shit they would say is like, bro, why is it a thing? Now looking back, you mature. You're like, all right, I guess I could have just been like, whatever. Either like, again, like I just walked away in the end. Like I should have just walked away sooner, I guess. But if I would have walked away sooner, we would have never had all those moments we did. So I'm kind of glad I fought them on some stuff.
Nah, yeah, man. No, it was. You just held on a little longer, but like we had an era, and it was a good era. It was a good era. Like we did it when it was fun.
I would like to think it was the attitude era of Dashley. We had the attitude era.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the good it was like the good radio show kind of era. There was no rules. So I don't know what rules there were, like, but you didn't give me any. You never were like, don't say this, don't say that. You like, there was zero. If anything, you're like, do whatever you want. Whatever they said, don't listen to it,
Because when you give people, my thing is and this is from experience, is like when you give people too many rules, it's like they overthink it and they're not going to follow all of them. So they're going to break them. And why are you going to give rules to people to break? So it's like, yo, just do what you want. If you start wilding, if you start going crazy, then I might talk to you. If it's like, and I'll be like, oh, cut the mic, and then do what I can.
I mean,
but
to be frank, I joined you because your style, because you were unfiltered or as little filter as possible. That's the whole reason I joined you. If there was not that, there was no way I would have hit you up. I would have let someone else do that type of thing,
Yeah, for the most part, everybody was totally cool and relaxed and, chill. And I appreciate mostly everybody. When he get off on a tangent, he would just keep talking and talking and talking. I think it's because he was nervous, though. I look back at it now, I'm like, bro, you should have gave the guy a break, because I think he was just nervous. But I mean,
he's young. He's young and excited. Has a lot in his brain. Yeah, he doesn't know how to control it yet, It's like the kid with the fire hose.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm mature too. I'm sorry. Yep. I should have given you more chances. But
no, I think you did good. I think you did good, because there's some people that they're quite a bit, and Odd is one of those dudes. He's a lot, and he knows it. There ain't no surprise. It's not like I'm like talking trash about it. He knows. He's like at on a spectrum of people, from a 1 to 10. He's at the 10 side, and he knows it. And so. But that's why he was the head of 4D with like hundreds of people that were older than him too, at a young age as he was, and had the drive to try to be one of the top teams, like at a young age. there's a reason for that, and that's part of it. But
Hey, and shout outs
yeah.
to him now with Acer because I mean they're over there like a fucking well oiled machine is what they say in the business. Yeah, they're
Oh
over there
yeah,
doing
yeah, they're crushing it.
yeah, they're doing the thing. I'm like, damn, is this what it's supposed to do? Is this what a team is supposed to look like or a league is supposed to what is this? Fucking
Oh, yeah,
corporation.
that. Well, I don't follow them in the other games, but I mean, I know. I mean, we play with all those guys, so we know who these guys are. It's a small community of competitors, and so basically, there's really a handful of top guys, and it's awesome to be able to play with them and play against them or know them and be a part of that era. And seeing people like kind of have their shit together and doing well. It's one thing to like randomly get some guys together and then just win a championship with like, buying it essentially, like go out and buy a championship, there's that. And then there's the, like, you make it and earn it, and so, doing it back to back or doing it in a way where people just know that you're going to win. That's kind of that's a sign of you didn't just get lucky,
Bro,
so
apparently the controversy in the league is somebody got thrown out because they were paying somebody off to be, playing for them. What does it matter? So what?
Oh, what are you talking about in our league and Dash League?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and even that whole thing is funny. Like I feel like I don't know. People should be free to do whatever they want. I remember I thought it was a joke when Lateralis one day DM'd me. He's like, did you give like Evil Pancake any kind of money for like I don't know. He was basically asking something. I was like, if I did, who cares? Like, what is it to you? Like to me, it was like how dare you even ask anything about my money? Like
Bro,
like what the hell?
And then like stay out my pockets.
Yeah, and then I realized he was serious. I was like, "Oh, this dude's serious." like, God damn, is this what it's like? On the other side of the sensitive side, the snowflake side, that kind of thing. That's what I was thinking. I was like, seriously, that's like if you win the lottery and then they start coming after you, like you can't just spend money on this. Yeah. Like, what did you like? You got strippers and coke? What? No, you can only give to churches. That was it's not written anywhere, but that's just what I think. It's like so.
Bro, it's like you won the Super Bowl and they ask you like, how much did you pay your players? Let me look at the books. How much did you pay? Bro, what does it matter about paying players? I didn't cheat. Yeah. We won. It's my team. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What does it matter? Like, what?
Yeah. So no, but it ended up being funny because it was one of one of our board members, ex-board members that basically like was claiming that like, oh, they're paying to win, but like they're bribing a player to play with them to win. Basically it reminds me of like the current age politics, like, what's going on like these days, people try to like, do whatever they can to position things right. But it was funny because basically we went to play Vale, and Vale was a PC VR only game, and so with Pancake he couldn't play because he only had a Quest. Okay. And so it was like, bro, like, me, Vert, everybody were like trying to pull together PC parts, whatever. And then, but we just won Dash League. So we just won the championship. Yeah. And so it was like, all right, well, we got some of the funds, and I was like, the season is going to be starting for Vale. It wasn't even the season. We were playing and tried to make it into Miami. And so the Miami, like whatever, 10,000, 30, I don't even remember what the prize pool was, but bottom line, it was like, all right, Dash League's over. Let's make it into Vale. Let's try to run for Miami, but we need Pancake, Yeah. And so we ended up pulling together some of his money. He had his finals money from Team Name Championship that he won with them before he joined us. He saved that, and then he got his share of the money from the season that he won with us right in that recent time frame. And then me and Vert gave our share, and I think Recco too. Recco's like, I don't need my share either. And then basically we were able to get him a PC plus a used like CV1 or something like that. And then boom, we got Pancake, and in Vale we went to the playoffs, and then we ended up doing good enough to at least get a little gift box with like a T-shirt and saying, hey, good job, you went to playoffs or whatever. And then we went into the first season of Vale, and immediately started swinging at the heaviest hitters and was looking to be favored to win it or compete for the finals type of thing on our first season. And so all of that was basically Pancake was like a crucial player in that whole thing. So anyway, bottom line, it's like in my mind, the whole like paying player thing
That's totally cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's like who cares?
Yeah, that's totally cool, man. That's
Yep.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's fine, and that's like hooking up a homie more than paying him off. Like, what the fuck? Like, so you trying to say I bought views by giving out stuff in raffles and free stuff all the time? Is that buying views?
Well, imagine it's politics, right? Like, so let's say you were a Democrat and I'm a Trump supporter. I could easily say, oh, you didn't just try to help him. It was like, no, you made an agreement in secret ahead of time. That's how. But before he joined your team, this was the deal that all these people were going to do this for you in order for you to like. So, and then it starts making sense. It's like, oh, if you can pay to win championships, it's like like what that implication of that is. It's like, and then there's no rules against that, and so I think it's kind of funny that it's almost like self paranoia or like politics, like making up like something to try to find like a vector of attack, like doing that, created a whole rule set in our league and a whole drama of like, let's pay this player, and like, how Koala had a contract for like, I don't know, $1,000, and then but Jedi didn't pay him. He gypped him, and it was because he's like, oh no, Koala, you started shopping for another team for next season. That's detrimental to my team, because if players know that you're leaving my team, then my team is ruined. So no, I'm not going to pay you your money that we agreed on for this season, because you're ruining my team for next season. Like, that kind of thing. That's like what I'm saying? That's like sports stuff, right? That's like you didn't write a contract properly, so I'm just going to, morally make up some mental gymnastics to make it work, which, hey, that's life, right? If you don't have it in, I actually told Koala ahead of time. I was like, bro, anything you're not getting up front, I was like, don't expect it. And then the whole thing afterwards, he told me, he's like, I said a lot more than that to him, but he's like, bro, you were right, and you being right actually makes me feel okay with this whole thing. I'm not even gonna fight for it, He's like,
he should at least got half, in my opinion.
No, well, that's what I was saying. I was like, hey, you should just exactly, because he had to dedicate time from college. He wasn't even wanting to play VR. He was only going to play VR because someone lured him with money, and then they didn't. I don't think they won. I think they lost. That was the other thing too. They lost the championship. So you're trying to pay someone to win, and then you lose. Also, that's like kind of that sucks. That's like I can imagine that's like a downer. It's like, damn, bro. Like, and then if you have a way to justify to not pay it, it's like, oh man, like, yeah, bro, you stabbed me in the back. Like you're trying to leave me on my ship. You're jumping my ship. Screw you. Yeah, I still have your bag in my hand. You go jump the ship, asshole. I can imagine like that mentality. So hey, this is life. That's why you get your money up front, and that's what I told Koala like before the deal even happened. I was like, hey man, you can only count the stuff that you get up front, especially in a deal like this. Some dude in some other world, like whatever, over a video game, over small money. I was like, and contract, no one's getting a lawyer involved, none of that stuff. You got to get whatever's up front, and that's all you're counting on. Everything else is frosted, and so he learned that lesson. And
it is a hard lesson to learn, but it's good to learn it at a young age, man.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, because I've been screwed. But anyway, I've been screwed over a few times in my life. Some of it my own making, but other times just because I wasn't paying attention. But I try to I'll tell you this much: I try to avoid it at all costs now. Sometimes sometimes I'm kind of insane about it. No, I'm just kidding. But so it's, the league is pretty cool. It's funny though, because I was thinking when you were talking about the rules and everything, I was like, but you, team name and TV and D, you guys would try to skirt the rules all the time and piss off Lat. And you guys would just be right on the edge, bro, dipping in and out, in and out of the boundary. It was great, bro. I loved it. We were all on that edge. You guys didn't.
Yeah, actually, I was randomly in Discord just the other day. But like I told you, I can only see like 2 channels. And then I looked in and I saw like an announcement, and I like click on the one channel I can see, and then it was like odd saying something. I like just crack a quick joke. But it like reminded me of like those times. It's like, man, the team name guys, the art guys. It's like, man, that was it was good era of people trying hard. Even though like I still get mad, like, So I run into people who I used to compete with in other things, like now that I'm not playing VR a whole bunch, I'm not like back out and kind of getting into some old things or visiting some old circles of different competitive scenes that I used to be involved in. And then, people always ask, we're catching up on stuff, and I tell them the story of D, and Hyperdash. But the story is more of about like how no one got their shit together. Like in other competitive worlds, like in order to even begin to compete, you got to operate on a certain level, just at a bare minimum of a certain level, even to be able to walk on the field or get on the track or just to do a basic thing. But over here, we were kind of doing just like the bare minimum of some of what that world is, and no one else was. And so what I kind of described to them, like I hate using the word loser, like so when someone calls someone else a loser, it's like a slur. Oh, you're a loser or whatever. But there's like in competitors, there's people who have that are okay with losing, that and I don't. There's a loser mentality basically, and where you're okay with losing, and you justify it by saying, like I wasn't trying, or make an excuse, like they are just better,
Yeah.
or they bought their way, they bribed somebody, or they got something, or they some whatever it is. And what I describe it is that we didn't have enough people who didn't have that mentality. There was too much of our competitors, and you put a lot of that time into the game. So it's like, yeah, you can say that to protect your ego or whatever, or protect like your enthusiasm for the game or something, But it's like still, if you put a lot of time in the game, it's like I wish we had people who rose above that. That wasn't cool with losing, that would stay up extra late and try to, basically no team should have done what we did. So when I talk about our team to other people, it sounds like I'm lying. We never lost. So we lost 3 times in our first season 1, 3 times, and then never lost again. And okay, that may sound impressive. We won 5 championships, didn't lose, but we did not even lose a match in that period. So flawless seasons. So that's even unheard of on a competitive landscape. You look at other leagues, you look at other sports, you look at other things at different levels. It's one thing to win 5 championships like we did in the ones we did in a row. It's another to do it flawlessly, not losing a single match. And then it's another to do it without even like, it was a big deal that someone got a checkpoint on us, which happened single digit amount of times. I want to say like 3 times that got beyond checkpoint. That's just the halfway point. And it was a big deal for someone to just get past that. So not only was it championships, flawless wins, not losing a single time, but even the halfway point became the line where it's like, okay, now we got something from them. If we can just cross the halfway point, that's how low the competition was for us, is that we held that level of gap against our competitors through all those championships. That should not happen, and the reason why it should not happen is because of mentality. We should have lost a match to another hungry team. We should have gone to a championship where someone else came up and blindsided us because we got complacent because we thought our dicks were too big, and then these other people in quiet were grinding, doing the thing and whatever, and they were hungry and they came and got us. That's what happens in every competition. But no, we had this ridiculous reign of ridiculous dominance, not close, ridiculous dominance. And that is, I don't talk about my guys as being gods. I talk about our competitors having the loser mentality. And that's what we had. We had a whole bunch of that. And so these current seasons, I see some of the thirst, some of the grind. So I'm hoping for that. But when you mentioned Acer and you mentioned some Veil stuff, like when I see some of these top players, I see some of the hunger. But VR in general is a little small, and I don't blame us. We're too small. There's not enough of the hungry people to filter up to the top and create enough teams where you have more than one team who got their shit together. But one thing that I would preach to my team is that we will win, and we will continue to win because other people aren't on that level. And then once you recognize that another team is, be scared of them and respect that. And we just never got that. But I'm glad we never lost because it proved.
The only league
point.
you guys were like, you guys got the reason team name got the championship because they disqualified you guys. They guys wouldn't let you guys compete. And then I thought,
Yeah, and even that, like I told the team. So once we had the Triangle Factory devs get involved, and then they actually voted in our favor, and then it made the league go in uproar. And so then there was a whole political thing where they were starting to assemble, like they're going to say, hey, we're going to protest the playoffs. Everybody's not going to play you guys. We're going to basically protest, you know. And before that even happened, I predicted all of this stuff. I told the team once we had the decision made from the Triangle Factory devs, the internal guys were like, "Oh yes, that means we're good, right?" I was like, "No, we're not good." I was like, "Do you know what's going to happen? Lat doesn't want this to happen. All our competitors don't want this to happen." I was like, "We always win." I was like, "We're going to have to take an L. This is just what it's going to be." I was like, "If anything, you need to start thinking about how the whole fact that all our competitors are willing to protest against us is a sign of fear. That's how dominant we are. Is that they don't even want us in the competition because we were the most dominant that season. We played team name and we destroyed them, and they were the closest competition, and they ended up winning that thing. But we steamrolled them, and so it was fine. But I told the team, I was like, hey, we've won too much, not just from winning like the game, but like in arguments and debates and stuff like and Lat said, like, it looks like we're just biased towards you guys, you know, because it's just like we're siding with, you know, favoring with you guys all the time. But you know, it's one of those, like, yeah, they got that win on that championship, but like everyone knows, you know, it was one. You can even look at the season; everyone kind of knows, and so we still just never lost to them ever.
damn, that's crazy
Not
to
even,
say.
yeah,
That's
not
crazy
a
to
regular
say.
match. Or not. And actually, you know, like I feel like I'm stroking myself, but you know what? Who cares? You know, in the whole league,
But no, I like to
uh,
watch.
so you know, in the whole league, you measure yourself by wins and losses. So I think of like Floyd Mayweather. You know how not only did he retire flawless, but like how many people even touched him? You know how many times he even hit the ground? Like, yeah, some people, you know, talk shit about him being too conservative, too defensive, not that flashy, but he protected his head. You know, he was the fastest, the reflexes, strategy. He would be obsessive about his opponent. He would, you know, learn the game. I respect him a lot. And then I started thinking about there's a lot of parallels to our team about that. In the league, I am the leader of win loss. I have never lost a league match in all of Dash League. Everyone in our team has lost a little bit. Like, so Vert on TBDI, you know, he lost a couple matches. I wasn't in the lineup when we lost 3 matches heading in the playoffs of season 0. So I've never lost a match in Dash League, and that's not because of me. It's not because like, oh, I'm the God's gift to Hyper Dash and whatever. No, that's a testament to like my team, the group around me, the guys that the supporting cast, you know, and to do that over and over again. So anyway, when I think about Dash League and the story of this and the team and whatever, to me, it's the story of the championship mentality persevering over the let me just try to wake up and piss greatness, and that's cool, over trying hard and showing up and doing the work, you
Bro,
know.
you guys were so good that we had to make like tiers to the league, so just to give other people a chance to win their own
Yeah,
championship. Because I remember when people were mad at me that I wanted to give the top team of each tier medals, and because they were like, "No, it should be the top 3 teams." What the fuck? It should be the top 3. I'm like, oh, bro, but then the top lower people are never gonna win shit, and I just
yeah.
don't see that as being fun. And we're trying to make this fun, like.
It's funny you brought that up, actually. Sorry to cut you off because I keep talking, but I want to say one thing and then you continue on. But the tiers thing that you just brought up, I just saw that talked about in Discord, and people don't know the beginning of the tiers was because the top 3 guys, the top 3 teams, it was kind of ruining the league for everybody else.
Yeah.
It was like there was a handful of guys that were just trying hard, and then everyone else was just like playing for fun.
Just demolishing them. I remember like some of those whole, you know, it's 2 matches, and then like I remember the first time we had like a top team against a lower team. The first 2 matches were so fast, like 5 minutes each, that we did a third
Yep.
match, and even that was like a blow through, and it was like, bro, we gotta come up with a new thing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. I mean, they tried to do all kinds of stuff, but you can't stop like a Cold War. Like literally, that's what happened. We had a Cold War going on. when the U.S. and USSR, like we both had the space race and technology went out the chain. It's like the other countries didn't. South Africa, they weren't sitting there trying to go to space faster too. Their technology stayed the same. So that's what happened with the top teams is that people got hungry to want to win, which is why I was upset about some of our competitors not trying hard enough, like not like they were some of the best players, like they were the reasons why we existed, and it's like if they just got the shit together 5% more, like it would have been magical. But anyway, whatever. Another threat of reality. There was some insanity going on in Dash League. I'll tell you that much, because there were some amazing players in our league, a lot of talent, a lot of people who spent a ton of hours in the damn game. And like, if we just had a couple different things in reality, a little bit different, there would have been some merging of some beasts going on over and over again. And we just didn't get that in this thread. But anyway,
the league had a lot of drama, politicking going on when it didn't need it. It was too early. They should just let it, they should have just let it grow, let it happen, let stuff just, it was going to be sloppy, it's going to be dirty, but they try to make it perfect every step of the way. And by doing that, it kind of made it look worse, in my opinion. Like, they should have just let it just happen and grow naturally. And there was issues, but instead of trying to address them right away, like they did with some of the stuff, it's like, bro, let it evolve, let it happen. Because now what happens is you cut it off here and you think that's it, but no, it's gonna grow a little bit more now, and now you have to deal with that. Now, if, let's say you were to let it grow, you could have cut it off when it got to the end, and boom, and now it's dead. But it's like now you gotta keep it's like, no, you can't say this, or you can't say this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and people are trying to find the wall, trying to find where can they find the boundaries and shit, just to try to glitch through them.
Yep. I mean, it was tough then, though, right? Because if you remember, Lat is a pretty vulgar dude. We all were like the adults. Right? Yeah. And so, but he realized once he had to be Roger Goodell, he realized he couldn't act that way. He still does. He can't control himself. He's he's a really crass kind of whatever. We all know Lat. He's not the dude to sit there and be super polished and polite. He'll want to crack some dirty jokes, just like all of us. And so you could see him trying to add those guardrails in and having trouble and being like, you're a hypocrite, look at you, you made this dirty joke, and then but you're trying to ban this person. So that's why I wanted nothing to do with mods and board and none of this stuff, because I would have had chaos. It would have been anarchy. I'd have been like, yo, bro, everyone do whatever. No rules. Bring the hackers in. Let's have a hack off. Who cares?
Damn,
and so
have you played that one game that's it's all cheating? It's called Cheating Cheetah, and the whole thing is just cheats. You get wall hacks, all kinds of stuff, and if you don't use the cheats, then you won't beat the game.
No,
it's a great
I haven't
game.
even heard about that. So they try to force people to cheat, huh?
We got about 8 more minutes, and then I gotta get the fuck out of here. But I was gonna say is, then it's cool that the game had more maps and they did more stuff. But I don't know. It just I kind of stayed out of it because of the level of competition. I couldn't really go to Breachers. I like the concept. I feel like they stole my idea because I always wanted levels where you jump in and out of windows, and that's basically what the game is. But I can't really get into the game because it's kind of slow, and I suck really bad, so I die right away. What do you think of Breachers?
I mean, it's cool. It's just a different thing.
Popular.
It's
super
slow.
Popular.
It is popular. It's probably the most popular comp game right now. It's just a lot of people, you either like it or you don't. I would think it's popular because of its format and its style. It's just gonna attract a lot of people. But coming from Hyperdash, it's too slow. Vale felt like it was slow as hell. It took a while to get adjusted to that. Actually, we had a reputation for being this insane aggro fast team, and then it was oh, they're the Hyperdash player, that's why they're super aggro and fast and stuff. But then you go to Breachers, and that's a third of the speed of Vale, and it's holy shit, this is insanity. And then you're sitting there waiting and doing economy stuff and hiding on a roof and so that you can save your money, and it's man, I don't know, it wasn't for me. Basically, I was just coming along with the team. Whenever they needed a emergency sub. I remember one time I subbed in and we double grenaded a door entry. I literally double fisted grenade. I was like, oh and like just double for it, and then like it was awesome too because I got a good clip on that, and then I think I pulled out a revolver and headshot. It was good. It was a good time. So we have a lot of fun doing that kind of thing, but we didn't really vibe with the game. Vale, we were enjoying Vale, like, but then they just the devs don't care about the comp scene, and it was pretty much obvious that they don't care. And then the trajectory of the scene is kind of not that good. Everyone's getting older, and for me, I always focused on like, bro, real life first. Like.
Yeah.
Video game is cool and all, and like we'll ask of you to make a sacrifice every now and then, like show up the finals kind of thing, but real life is always first, and so once we're starting to get older and older, it's like I don't want to see you as the dude who's 6-hour grind in the video game,
Yeah.
It's like you're too smart for that, It's like you're a champion is good for that arc, but like you don't lose your life to that either, You use it for what it is, learn your lesson and move on.
Plus,
So
now that Quest has been out for so long, there's so many dope games out there, so many dope experiences. It's just like the level of gaming is like gotten so wide that it's like it's hard to stick to this one game and just keep playing. That's why I never really play games online because I can't really dedicate enough time to get good at them. So I just kind of stay off of most of them. Just do the single player experience offline. I always said this. If they did a Hyper Dash 2, it would be dope if they did a single player experience, and I think that would be sick with that mechanics, but single player. I would love to see what they did with that, but I know right now they only have like one or two guys on the game that they introduce new features or new maps for temporary every now and then. Do things
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. They're all in on Breachers. I'm sure they got another project going on too. They seem to have like been monkey barring decently, like onto other projects.
But Hyper Dash 2 with a single player like mode, and even maybe if they added like build your own levels, I think that would do a huge boost to the game.
Yeah. Maybe I mean, they know the deal. They got the numbers. We're biased because we're fans of the game. But I know that in Vale, people didn't like the people who didn't play Hyperdash. They didn't get it, and I could understand. Just like I don't get Gorilla Tag, right? Like I think of it as like literally some
Or Rec
dumb
Room.
shit. Yeah, or Rec Room too. But I know some super talented players came out of Rec Room,
Yeah.
and so, but I look at it as like some Mickey Mouse, like little kid thing, like pew pew, like. But I know Koala and EP and like a whole bunch of the Acer guys like came out of that, and they're vicious. And so, but whatever. That we're older too, can't get that.
Nah,
But
bro. That's the problem. It's a young man's world. I cannot stand. I cannot stay standing for so long. I gotta play sitting down games. They're better for my knees.
yeah, yep.
So,
Anyway.
coming to the end, what are you doing now? What are you doing out there in the real world? I know you're busy. I know you're doing your business and stuff. What you doing out there in the real world for fun now, man?
I mean, everything, man. I have just too many hobbies. So, kind of dove back into like the drone stuff and airplane stuff and car stuff and all kind of like it's just there's the what when we were competing a lot, it was a lot of my spare time jumping in, coming home from work. Like I told these young kids, like wait till you got real life. You think you guys are hot shot and S tier shooters or whatever. Wait until you got a full-time job and you come home after making some hard decisions, and then you got to jump into a scrim playing against some other S tier players. I was like, try to wait until you got the energy for that. Operating on a granola bar, So anyway, without having to deal with that, life is good, It's like, man, I mean, I am an older guy, but at least I don't have responsibilities. I don't got like the kids and the wife and this and that, so I can do whatever I want. But you do that for long enough, and it's like, holy shit, how did I like survive without that extra time? So I'm just catching up on everything, having a lot of fun. Hopefully one day I will come out and do a cross country trip and come out and visit you.
Man, come on, bro.
Yep.
Come out here. Come visit me. But I was just saying when you're talking about the
Yep.
time we put in, bro. Some of those days I put in like 4 to like 8 hours. I would put in on some of the stuff, setting up, doing the shows, and then wrapping up. It was crazy, bro. So, yeah,
Yep.
like by the time I was done, I think it was mostly because of burnout too. So that's why even though people are like, "Oh no, stay," I was like, "Nah, I gotta go because if I don't go, this is only gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, and you're not gonna feel the love anymore." Because I hope people that watch those episodes, because I don't know if they still watch them, the matches and stuff, or what they did with them. But I hope that when they watch them, they feel the love, they feel the entertainment, and that we're having
Oh, yeah.
fun, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so I think I told you that Recco flew out, and
Yeah.
me and Vert, yeah. So I hung out with Recco not even that long ago. But bottom line, like, what was kind of funny was, I think Moon asked, he's like, "What were you guys calling each other? Like, were you calling each other by real?" It's like, bro, I didn't even think about it, not even a little bit. Like, he was Recco, and then not only that, but I didn't think of him as like this person standing in front of me, but literally it's Recco. It's like we've competed with each other for so long. It's like, you know, it's almost like this is his form and as a human right now, but there's in this veil he looks like that, and then I don't know, like, to me it wasn't even like I didn't even think about it even a little bit. But no, we shot like real guns. We went and we got him on the race simulator, and we're giving him some like grinding lessons on racing. You know, me and Vert have a pretty big racing background, so getting his lap times down and teaching him some stuff. And so now we had like a good, and then also taking him out some like nice food, you know, that kind of thing. He deserves like a champion dinner. You know, that dude carried some weight during the years. That dude was amazing at a game where a lot of people tried hard, and that's a high skill game. So anyway, awesome to see him. Hopefully we get to see Moon sometime soon. But bottom line, what I'm trying to say is, like, the people that you play with in VR and you meet and whatever, it's like the same. Like, meeting you, like, I know that when I come out west and see you, it's gonna literally be as if it's like these conversations, but we're just be chilling over there.
What if it's different? What if you get here and I said, be like, sir, I'm totally different online. No, I can't even pretend to be. Hey, but has Recco ever mentioned the rap that I wrote about him? Has he ever said anything about that?
He loves everything you did. So any kind of like thing you did for him, like, he's not a real social guy. People think he's like sometimes a dick or something like that because he's super quiet. Yeah, he's like real quiet, never really talks to people, whatever. It's just because he was super focused. He's not a social dude, you know. But he super appreciated all that stuff that you did. And shout outs to Recco for this is his art.
Oh shit, design. He does art. Oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
I gotta get some art.
Yeah, so everyone knows that, but it's on the thing. So anyway, Hyperdash Robot. He made this years and years ago, and it took a long time before it made it to the public over here. But I got a mug, actually. Nice. I remember he did that as a joke in our Discord, like years and years ago. And then it's like 2 years later, I have a mug with it. It's kind of cool,
bro.
Anyway,
it's all cool. Well, my guy, I mean, this was dope. I hope we do it again. First of all, second of all, I hope I continue doing these and I continue talking to other dashers, because it was cool talking to you. Well, especially you, because you're the homie. I mean, we've been chit-chatting for a minute now. I mean, you've been knowing a few of the things I've been up to over here, as far as the ice cream goes and the mushroom chocolate bars and all those other shits that I've been up to. But yeah, thanks for doing this with me, man. And I hope I keep doing these, because, I mean, it's cool to catch up. You got any shout outs for anybody? Any last words?
I mean, shout outs to the team, of course.
I'm gonna murder you or something.
No. I mean, shout outs to the team, obviously, but whatever. I talked to them, and you know, they know the deal. But no, like, you know, I saw Doofus' name pop up not that long ago, and then Percent. It's like, you know, if shout outs to them, and if one day we can kind of get that crew together in like a real deal way, you know, it would be good. Because to me, when I think back of like the best days, it was literally like I thought about before we go, one small story. If you remember, one day I made a joke about eating your Wheaties, and then Doofus, do you remember this? And Doofus was like, "What? Eat your weenies?" he has, because he had no idea what Wheaties were, but he heard weenies, and I was like, bro, what are you talking about? To me, it was the funniest, like, it was the funniest. And you know how Doofus at the time is a little bit like coy on the mic and a little shy, you know. And then so when I see any kind of like wheat-based cereal, I think of him and weenies, little dicks. I think of little dicks. That's what Doofus. So shout out to Doofus, shout out to Percent, shout out to the old days of the pirate ship, you know, when we rocked it, we owned it, and didn't give a shit. So
we still don't give a shit, but we're just the ship sailed. But maybe we'll have him back on here. Maybe we'll be able to get him back on here, man, for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Power to the people while we still got it, because damn, everything's changing around us, bro. Everything's nuts. Shout outs to everybody who's gonna watch. Hopefully you watch. I'm gonna need somebody to post this for me in the league media link so people can watch it, because I'm not going in there. People think that I'm banned, but I was never banned. I just left because, you know, people ask, like, why'd you leave? It's like, why would you want to be somewhere?
I don't know. I think they need your social security now and shit like that. I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
man.
I'm not doing any of that.
They ain't getting that. Nah.
But thank you for joining me, Makers, man. We'll do it again. For
Yep,
now,
yep. Thank you.
peace. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Peace.
Peace.